Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of a weekly wrap up. I'm your host, Ethan Black, and today we're going to talk about the shows from the Rampage and Collision from last week and this past week's Dynamite. The Winter is coming, and also talk about the upcoming uh, AEW shows for this week in Double Ring of Honor, as they had a show tonight, and also the final bout is tomorrow, as I'm recording this on Thursday. But for final bout, I won't be doing much predictions because there's only 6 matches, and we don't really know the basically we don't know 6 person of as far as the fittest. And they only 6 match. So I don't know if Tony Khan's gonna do his signature move and add like 15 more. But anyway, that's not the play. Let's just get right. Anyway, before we do that, we're gonna give you our final Keita Agony and Lance Archer updates from New Japan Pro Wrestling as we're all technically finish up this past Sunday, December 10th. So we'll start with Keita Agony as on day 15 on December 8th. They were an 8-man tag team match as Tino was Atlas Jr. and Salvador Jr. They defeated Chaos's number 0.6 match at Kazuchika Tomoichi and Hiroshi Tanahashi, and along with Toriel at 10 minutes and 3 seconds. Then on day 16, they were in a tag team match on a losing effort to Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kazuchika Okada at 11 minutes and 54 seconds. That match was actually pretty fun. I recommend checking that one out. And then for Lance Archer, he was in a 6-man tag match on day 15 as he teamed up with his Monster Sauce Bar Alex Zane and former Suzuki-gun member or leader Minoru Suzuki. They defeat Night Empire's Hinar Greokon Gallo in 10 minutes and 1 second. Then on Sunday, December 10th, he was in an 8-man tag match as he teamed with Alex Minoru and they had Eugene Nagano defeat Alice Coughlin, Gabe Kidd, Jack Bonza, and Bob Fight a Bull Club in 8 minutes and 49 seconds. So that was the final updates on that. And then we'll go to AEW stuff. We'll start with Rampage from last Friday, December 8th. This was from Belser Montreal Quebec. And by the way, to all the Canadian listeners, I know mostly we have to watch it on TSN app unless you want to invite a free stream. But this week's Rampage or last week's Rampage and Collision, they actually aired it all on TSN 2. So I actually got to watch Rampage and Collision live for the first time in a long time. Honestly, I don't watch Rampage and Collision live. I actually wait till a day or two after the shows. So, but it was fun one. But opening match for the international title, Orange Cash retains over and Helico limits 50 seconds via Orange Punch. Abaddon gets one over Trish Door 3 minutes 31 seconds via Black Delilah. Tag team match with Don Callis, Kinosuke Takeshita, and Powerhouse Hobbs defeating Chris Redeem's match at 8 minutes and 38 seconds. Then our first time on Rampage, we had a Continental Classic match from the Blue League side. As Brian Daisley, he goes up with 6 points by defeating Dale Garcia at 15 minutes and 35 seconds by reference via lapel lock. And I forgot to mention the Don Callis, they got the one via World's Strongest Slam on side down. So Danielson, he goes up to 6 points at 2 and oh, by the way, that was his second Continental Classic. And Dale is pretty much Mad Mike Eliminate, where he drops a 0 and 3 on this show for quick range. So the international match gets 6 out of 10. Abaddon for sure gets a 5 out of 10. The Don Castle for Dale's Inside Out gets a 6 out of 10, and then the main event gets an 8 out. That was an excellent match. That was the only match I recommend. Check it out. And they also did 2 dark matches on there. We had Danhausen for San Pentago, and then a 12-man tag match with Ashley Andretti, Angel Parker, Jake Hager, and Top Flight Darius and Dante Martin, defeating Kip Sabian, the Butcher, the Blade, and the Dark Horse, Iwo Uno, John Zor, and Alex Reynolds. Then we go to Collision episode 20. This was taped on Tuesday, December 5th, but they aired it on Saturday, December 9th. Also from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So the first of 2 Continental Classic Blue League matches. Eddie Kingston finally gets on the board by defeating Claudio Castagnoli 18 minutes and 4 seconds. So both men are at 3 points with 1 win and 2 losses. Will Knight gets over Mercedes Martinez 9 minutes 49 seconds via roll up. Warlow defeated William Mack 3 minutes 13 seconds via representation after he powerbombed multiple times. Kenny Omega defeat Ethan Page 12 minutes 39 seconds via One Wing Angel. And tried to mention Pentagon Jr. and Commander, who is the AAA Cruiserweight Champion, getting a win over Quebec's own Angel Parker Mamador 10 minutes 59 seconds via Double Team Fear Factor. And the main event in Blue League action, Andrea Elo gets his second point on the board by Brian has 18 minutes 33 seconds for Hammerlock DDT. So Andrea Elo ties with Brody. So basically, Dales, and Bert all tied with 6 points, but Andrea Elo and Brody have 2 wins and no losses, and Daleson has 2 wins and 1 loss. So on this show, ratings for Kings vs. Claudio gets an 8 out of 10. Will Knight vs. Martinez gets 6 out of 10. Warlow vs. William Mack gets a 4 out of 10. Ethan Page and Cam gets a 7 out of 10. The tag team match gets a 6 out of 10. And the main event gets a 9 out of 10. On this show, I say just watch the two, Woodley Matt and the Battle of Canadians. And now we will go over to Winter is Coming 2023 from Arlen, Texas. They were 6 matches on the show. 4 were Continental Classics. But before we get to the opening match, we had, ooh, pardon me, sorry about that. Samoa Joe hinted ring responded last week. We were talking about Devil's Match as AEW was shown later in the back. He said he's looking for answers. And he promised he will keep MJF whole until they get to World's End, where he will take his AEW World title. Then he said last week he was integral when he saw Lato jeopardize his opportunity. Then he saw Sarah Bream about Smash over MJF's head. When he spoke before, it seemed like a certain Hangman, talking about Hangman on Page, when he's looking for him. Then he comes out to the ring, speaking of Hangman Page, and he would just say to him like he thought he was. He said, doesn't care about the bromance, still take, or the flu or whodunit thing. Joe says he's not a detective, but an executioner. Page tells him to do something about it before Roger Strong and the Kingdom make the right where Roger's yelling Samoa. And then he calls Adam Page a young boy, top going back to the Ring of Honor days. And he keeps branching out where MJ was never seen touch, and it's obvious him as the devil. And then Roger pushes Adam off him, and then basically Hangman punches him as we go to the opening match where Hangman Page does get the win over Roger at 14 minutes and 48 seconds via Dead Eye. Really, actually, fun match to kick off the fourth annual Winter is Coming. I just wanted 7 out of 10. This was a fun match between these two guys. These two never bad matches ever. First time I believe they met in one-on-one competition. I could be wrong, so I do apologize. But honestly, this was a really fun match. I wouldn't mind running this back. And yes, we get our first of 4 Continental Classic matches. And you're wondering why 4? Because they actually debuted the Blue League division on Dynamite as we're excuse me, getting close to the end. And by the way, they were told tiebreakers basically just like to think of G1 Climax in New Japan, basically any tiebreakers you could advance by. So our only Blue League match on this show, Andrade Elo versus Brody King, both men coming up with 6 points, basically looking to take the clean sweep. Andrade Elo does get the win. He goes with 9 points at 14 minutes and 45 seconds. The Elo DDT after he dropped King on the exposed turnbuckle. This is actually a really fun match. I just won 7 out of 10. I like some spots where King did the crossbody while Andrade was on the chair, and look, Andrade snapped his neck. Sorry, that was poor choice of words. Hit his head on the padding guardrail. I'm gonna be honest with Andrade. That's the Jews effect a little better. Chris Jericho. I mean, but it does protect Brody because like I said, Andrade drops Brody on the exposed like padding or turnbuckle part. But Brody King takes his first loss in the Continental Classic. And like I said, I'll talk about the standings at the end of the show. But Andrade keeps the undefeated streak with 9 points. Pardon me. Sorry about that. And in backstage, we go to Renee Paquette with Devon Eriks. And Kevin says he's saying how much AEW has friends here before. And he has friends before International Architect walked down Tremper. And he needs 2 people to on Rampage. And it's Justice Ross and Marsh Von Eric. That's the first time I've actually seen him since MLW. Before Danhausen and Brad got offended, but Cassie said they didn't pick because they're in Texas and they understood. And then Marshall and Ross agreed to be his partners. And I'll talk about who their opponents were when we get to the Rampage section. The Golden Jets are in the ring. Honestly, I did not like this segment. I like all 4 men, but I don't know what was going on with Meg. I don't know if he's had an off night, but I did not like this segment at all. But basically, so Jericho said first time he's been here since he got attacked from Ricky Starks Big Bill at the Full Gear Media Scrum, or after the Media Scrum, talking about 3 weeks. He calls out the tag champs, and then starts that he didn't have a problem with Omega, but Jericho sucks the life out of everything. And then Omega brings up the firm, and as anyone remembers it, and no one had it. And then they call it the flags, and then he called saying Bill's alleyway being soft. But boy, that was taking a shot. Enzo Amore, and that one got a nice reaction out of the crowd. Then he says always on the other side, beat them, but maybe on 7 third worlds, and he calls it the Winnipeg Jets before credits and challenged them for the World Tag Team titles. Starks accepts, and Jericho Starks reminded Jericho that he beat him twice. Well, he said once, but Big Bo corrected him. And then they go and just start suggesting Tay. What honestly on TSN app, it was actually censored. So, but I do have it. But basically the first name Jericho suggests with absolute a-holes, and then the Rick, and you can obviously rhyme with what Rick is, and then before calling Big Billy, which I did laugh when this guy would try to promote Ring of Far Belt because Billy Starks will be in the main event of that for the Ring of Women's title. And then they basically, I did like where Ricky Starks made a hot topic on Jericho, which I actually thought that was pretty funny. And then before Jericho Starks, he last career match for Enzo Amore, and then Starks calls him uh, scumbags and Omega does sign off. Honestly, I get Jericho and try to say the same, but honestly, I thought this was easily the weakest thing on the show. I was not a big fan of this at all. But I hope their match is gonna be really good at Worlds. And by the way, sport, we have 3 matches officially made for uh final battle. Sorry, Worlds. And there are other non-tour match in the women's division. Riho gets the win over Ruby Soho at 8 minutes and 31 seconds via running knees to the face. This was actually wasn't a bad match. I just won 6 out of 10. This gives Riho more momentum going into a future women's title match. Tony Storm. By the way, Tony Storm on commentary was just absolutely hilarious. She's asked Taz she wanted to be if she could do color or play with play, and Taz is like, "Well, I do color, but the other two, Escobar and Tony Twice, suck at play with play, play. There we go. Get my words mixed up, and then." But I actually thought Ruby had the match with the no future kick, but I thought, like I said, this was a fun match. Just won 6 out of 10. And then we get a promo for Warlow. Basically, he telling Ninja his world's going to come to an end. There are first all 3 Gold League matches of the Condo Classic. Roosh, who has 3 points, goes one with Jay Lethal. So Roosh has to win, or he's eliminated. Him and Jay White Bar are the 2 on this show that had to win or be eliminated. But I'll still tell Roosh at the end before the Jay White match. But Roosh gets the win, and actually this is the quickest uh match in the Condo Classic. Roosh gets a win over Jay Lethal at 4.5 minutes via sleeper hold. Honestly, on the matches on the show, this is actually the weakest. It didn't really have that went short either. But Roosh, it was a fun little. I actually wish these 2 guys went a little longer, to be honest with you. Maybe an extra 5 minutes. I get you had 6 matches, so but I get you had to cut some time. But Roosh gets on the board with 6 points, so he originally, but he was still in it. But I'll get to Jay White in a second. Then after the match, we see Jared Sunday that tried to lead though, but he got a little upset and punched him off a little bit. Then we go to our second Gold League match. Jay White with 6 points for Mark Briscoe. So Jay White in the same boat as Mark or as He had to win or he's eliminated. This was a really fun match. Jay White gets to win 11 minutes and 49 seconds via Blade Runner. I know Mark Briscoe has no points on this, but man, he's been like honestly in goalie, he's been my MVP. Honestly, like he's been giving out great matches. These 2 never had bad matches. Like I said, I thought Briscoe had won a couple of times, like getting a 2 count for Razor's Edge, and then tried to do the trade draw a couple of times, and then he had. I actually thought they were gonna do like a super quick win with the Froggy Bolt right at the beginning of the belt. I actually thought I was like, oh, are they gonna do a that would have been like 10 seconds, but White gets the win and he remains in the running. And by the way, so Jordan John Moxley's spoiler because when Moxley made the XCR said since White did get to 9 points, Rush was mathematically eliminated. So only 3 men left are Swerve, Moxley, and Jay White. And speaking of Mark Briscoe, actually, before we get to the main, we get a hype package of FTR Mark first Blackpool Combat Club for Ring of Honor's final bout. That'll be on tomorrow night in honor of Jay Briscoe. Then we go to our main event, the final Gold League match of the Condo Classic. John Moxley, who has 9 points, goes against Swerve Strickland, who also has 9. So basically, this is both undefeated men looking to go get 12, basically go 4-0. This was actually really fun. I just won 7.5. Moxley goes up 12 points at 16 minutes and 23 seconds. Honestly, I actually thought this match was actually the match I look forward to on the show the most. I still liked it. My only complaint is I didn't like the ending. I get like it protects Swerve because he had a short. So the matches where Swerve hit the Swerve Stomp for a close 2 count, and then they had basically a roll up battle before Moxley stick one with the. But you can see Swerve's shoulder on off the mat, and Paul Turner still count the 3. But I mean, this gives Swerve it protects Swerve just because of the shoulder up. But like I thought he had to win a couple of times. I mean, he hit the house call. He had at least 2 or 3 Swerve Stomps. I did like the Swerve Stomp off the apron onto the chair. But I actually thought this, to be honest with you, I kind of wish they did the 20-minute time limit draw instead of the. I do like Moggs, but honestly, he did not. He does not need to go clean sweep. I think honestly, Swerve should have took this one as well. I'm not trying to be negative. I know I've been saying pretty much all Moxley's. The only one I didn't say for was the lethal match, but I just wish honestly this should have went to a time limit draw or Swerve should have won. So I just went a 7.5. But those are my. But I still enjoyed it though. And then to close out this year's winners coming, we see four Devil Masked Men attacking Page and Percolon. First Devil comes out of the car, nods, and then they put him and Page through the car windshield to close out this year's winter. It's coming. Overall, I actually really enjoyed the show. Overall score, I just went 7 out of 10. Honestly, I would watch the whole show. The only match, if I had to choose one to skip, I would say the Roche J Lethal match. But that's the ones I would skip. But now we'll do the standings after night 7. So I'll tell what the standings for, and then I'll tell what the scenarios for goalie because next week is the one. So first place, Moxley takes with 12 points, 4-1-0. He basically pretty much secured his spot in the semifinal. And by the way, I did forgot to mention, so they are doing semifinals on the December 27th show at New Year's Smash where basically we're gonna get a rematch there. It's the two top of Gold League winners meet against in one semifinal, and then top two of Blue League will meet, and then this finals will also be a World's End, but I'll get to that. Anyway, John Moxley takes with first place 12 points, 4-1-0 losses. In second place, Jay White Sports Show with 9 points with 3 wins and 1 loss. And then eliminated in third place, Rich with 6 points, 2 wins and 2 losses. And Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe with no points and no wins and 4 losses. Then Blue League, Andrade takes first place with 9 points, 3 wins and 0 losses. Second place, Brian Diaz and Brody with 6 points, 2 wins and 1 loss. And third place, Claudio Castagnoli in any case with 3 points, 1 win. They are on the bubble. So they said the next match they lose, they are eliminated. And then Dale Garcia is the only one eliminated from Blue League with 0 points, no wins, and 3 losses. So Go League. That's yours for next week. So Mox fans if he wins or draws against Jay White. And then if he loses, he can still advance by having Swerve lose or draws against Roosh. Swerve, he can advance if he wins against Roosh and he loses, but Jay White doesn't win or draws against Moxley, or if he draws and doesn't win and White does not win against Moxley. And the only way Jay White advances to them if he has to win against Moxley and have Swerve lose to Roosh, or he draws against and Swerve loses to Roosh. And then oh no, Roosh because I'm reading tweets here, sorry. But that's basically it for the standings. So on Friday's Rampage, Trios Edge, International Orange Cassidy in the front, Eric first, Angel Parker, Member Jake Hager, and Tag with Don Castle, Powerhouse, and Kyle Fletcher first Hunter Gray and Paul Titan. Anna J first Rail Velvet, and then Trios Edge, we had Top Flights, Dante and Darius Martin, teams with Ash Andrade first, El Hijo Vikingo, Pentagon Jr., and Commander. I heard nothing but good things about that one. And then on Stars Collision, we have all 3 Blue League matches. Andre Elo with 9 points versus Claudio Costa with 3. Claudio must win or he's eliminated. Same with Eddie Kingston as he takes on Dale Garcia. Eddie Kingston with 3 points, Garcia with 0. Like I said, Kingston must win or he's eliminated. And about up 6 points, Brian Danielson versus Brody King. And then only match made for Goal League. They didn't really confirm the other goalie because they always said Swerve versus Verge on commentary, but I imagine they're gonna put Moxley and White and Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal on here as well. And it's New Year's match card based off December 27th. These 2 semifinal matches, like I said, the winner of Goal League will meet the runner up. It's basically the Goal League and Blue League semifinals. And then winners World's End card December 30th. The finals, Colorado Classic, MJF Defensive World Title against Mojo, and Ricky Search people doing the world titles against the Golden Jets. But that's AEW stuff. And now we'll go to Ring of Honor episode 42. Now, the show is going on right now as I'm recording, so I don't know what the correct order is, so I do apologize if this is completely wrong. But Leah Hirsch defeating Katrina Creed, pure title proof ground match, William defeating Jason Gerard, Tom Fowler defeating Richard Ellering, and 6-man tag with the boys Brennan and Brett Tate, and Don Castle defeating the Orange Savage, Bolin Bronze, and Jack Jameson. Our third proven ground match, this time for the women's side. Women's championship defeating Rose, and tag match Griff Garrison, Cole Carter defeating Bobby Shaw and Sean Moore. Shane Taylor defeated Shane Decker. And tag with the Righteous Dutch and Vince Australian Takeover, Julian Ward and Cash Jordan. Fatal 4 tag match, Butcher and Blade to be Workhorsemen, Anthony Henry, J. Drake, The Owners, Truth Man and Toro Floyd, and the Infinite Cody Brown and Sean Dean. 6-man tag champ Brian Cage and Gravity. And then the other program match, Ring World Champion Eddie Kingston defeat Evil Uno. And the final battle card made so far of the fittest for the television title, Don Castle, Commander, Lee Johnson, Lee Moore, Kyle Fletcher, and one more to be determined. Billy Stark's defense, I think it defends the woman's title against Billy Stark's. By the way, that is the main event of this year's final battle. Keith Lee for Shane Taylor. I Quit match between Tony Nese and Ethan Page. And a Jay Briscoe 6-man tag match with FTR, Dex Howard, and Cash Wheeler to Mark Briscoe. Going against Blackpool Combat Club's Claudio Castagnoli, Brian Yost, and John Moxley. And for the AAA Mega title, El Hijo Figueroa defeats Black Taurus. So that's 6 matches made so far for final. But I imagine Tony Khan will probably announce more during Ring of Honor and probably a couple more during the day tomorrow. But that is the show for this week, guys. I'm your host. I'll be back next week. Tell the usual AEW stuff and Ring of Honor final battle. Have a good weekend and stay safe.
Thanks for listening to the WWE Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a show, or head to WWEpodcast.com. And for all of these shows ad-free, head over to patreon.com/WWE Podcast. Until then, we'll see you next time.